If you want to understand Vietnam, don't just look at its landmarks or history. Look at everyday life, where culture, people, and rhythms intertwine. A small country, but full of fascinating and unique stories. Number 1. Vietnam's strategic location on the world map. From satellite imagery, Vietnam appears as a gently curving S-shaped country along the South China Sea. Located in the heart of Southeast Asia, the nation boasts a coastline stretching over 3,260 kilometers and plays a crucial role in connecting the continent's most strategically important regions. To the north, Vietnam borders China. To the west are Laos and Cambodia. Meanwhile, its entire east and south borders open onto the South China Sea, one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. The distance from Ho Chi Minh City to the Strait of Malacca, a transit point for approximately 25% of the world's crude oil, is only about 1,085 kilometers in a straight line, making Vietnam a key commercial transit hub in Asia. This unique geographical location has placed Vietnam at the center of history. For over 2 millennia, this land has repeatedly been the target of Zheng Duo, contention between major powers such as China, France, Japan, and the United States. To date, Cam Ranh Bay is still considered one of the world's leading natural deep-water ports, capable of accommodating aircraft carriers and effectively controlling operations in the South China Sea. Furthermore, Vietnam lies on the Trans-Asian Highway, promoted by the United Nations, creating a corridor connecting Europe to the Pacific. Although its area is only about 332,000 square kilometers, equivalent to the U.S. state of New Mexico, Vietnam possesses a rare diversity of topography. Nearly 75% of its territory is mountainous, highlighted by Phan Peak, reaching 3,147 meters, often called the Roof of Indochina. Between the mountain ranges are fertile plains and a continuous stretch of coastline. Ha Long Bay, recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site, boasts over 1,600 limestone islands, while My Kay Beach was once ranked among the world's most beautiful beaches by CNN. With a population ranking among the top 15 most populous countries in the world and third in Southeast Asia, after Indonesia and the Philippines, Vietnam is also notable for its ethnic diversity. A total of 54 ethnic communities live together. The Thai people build stilt houses made of bamboo and wood, raised off the ground to avoid dampness and raise livestock underneath. The Cham people maintain traditional rituals such as the buffalo sacrifice ceremony to express gratitude to the gods. This richness creates a vibrant and colorful cultural landscape. Number 2. Something normal in Vietnam but unusual in the rest of the world. In Vietnam, many things that surprise international tourists are actually the familiar daily lives of the locals. People can sit and eat a bowl of pho right on the sidewalk, take a nap on their motorbike in the midday sun, or carry an entire family of 4 on one motorbike without anyone finding it strange. All of this happens naturally, reflecting the flexible, economical, and down-to-earth lifestyle of the Vietnamese, where simplicity is not a choice but an integral part of the culture. Sidewalk barbershops are a clear example of this. No eye-catching sign or private space is needed. With just a simple hanging mirror, an old chair, and familiar scissors, the barber can begin his work. Vietnamese sidewalks operate like open markets without boundaries or fixed structures. Along these pathways, one easily encounters women carrying goods on shoulder poles or pushing small carts, selling everything from bread, sticky rice, vegetables, and fruit to chrysanthemums. These street vendors not only serve passers-by but also carry produce from the suburban villages around Hanoi, such as Vong Village's sticky rice flakes, Thon Tree rice rolls, and the famous aromatic herbs of Lang Village. The sidewalks thus become a dynamic trading space, closely intertwined with the daily lives of the simple urban dwellers. In 2020, UNESCO recognized the culture of street vending in Southeast Asian countries, including Vietnam, as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Another unusual aspect for tourists is the availability of over-the-counter medication. In Vietnam, you can simply walk into a pharmacy and buy cold medicine, headache medicine, and even antibiotics without a doctor's prescription. Pharmacists often have practical experience and provide direct advice, saving people time and money on medical treatment. Statistics show that about 80% of Vietnamese people treat minor illnesses at home instead of going to the hospital. Despite the health risks involved, this habit reflects self-reliance and practicality in daily life. And everywhere you go, you can easily find a bottle of medicated oil, considered a familiar miracle cure. From headaches and motion sickness to mosquito bites, just a little application provides relief. Every year, Vietnam produces over 20 million bottles of medicated oil and exports them to more than 30 countries. To foreigners, it's an unfamiliar scent, but to Vietnamese people, it evokes memories of childhood and simple family care. Number 3. Vietnamese women are strong and confident. Vietnamese women possess an elegant beauty that becomes more captivating the more you look at them. Their harmonious faces, with delicate noses, deep black eyes, and warm smiles, create a unique charm. They have well-proportioned figures, graceful and natural movements, exuding an understated sophistication. In 1965, President Ho Chi Minh bestowed upon Vietnamese women 8 golden words: heroic, indomitable, loyal, and capable. 6 decades later, these values remain evident in modern life. According to the Grant Thornton report in 2024, women hold 33% of senior leadership positions in Vietnamese businesses, ranking second in Asia after the Philippines, and higher than the global average of 29%. 51% of businesses have women in their ownership structure, and approximately 20% are wholly owned by women. Many are not only entrepreneurs but also intellectuals. For example, Miss Doan Thi Min Toan holds a master's degree in educational management, is a lecturer, and founded a dental clinic in Ninh Binh. From technology and finance to education and healthcare, Vietnamese women are contributing to shaping the future, not only participating but also creating fundamental change. However, East Asian society still places on them the responsibility of maintaining the home. Despite their leadership roles, when they return home they often cook, care for children, and manage household chores. According to the General Statistics Office in 2024, women spend an average of 15.5 hours per week on unpaid housework, 1.8 times more than men at 8.6 hours. Nearly 20% of men do not dedicate time to housework. Vietnamese women quietly transition from stressful meetings to household chores. Skilled in both social life and family responsibilities, they are high-level multitaskers. Vietnamese women today are vastly different from previous generations. More independent, aware of their self-worth, and ready to make choices for their lives. According to the 2024 census by the General Statistics Office, the average age of marriage has increased to 27.3 years, with men at 29.3 and women at 25.1. Ho Chi Minh City alone reached 30.4 years, the highest in the country. Dating apps like Tinder and DateNow have become tools for them to proactively find suitable relationships. Notably, the traditional Ao Dai is being used as a form of soft cultural diplomacy, affirming national identity on the international stage through the interplay between tradition and modernity. Number 4. The most diverse and magnificent ecosystem in Asia. Vietnam boasts one of Asia's most diverse and magnificent ecosystems, stretching from karst islands to rocky plateaus, primeval forests, and wetlands. Within its relatively small area, the country possesses almost every rare landforms in the world. The most prominent symbol is Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site recognized twice, with thousands of limestone islands rising from the sea creating a unique landscape. Not far away, Cat Ba Island, combining tropical forests, caves, and blue seas, is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. In Ninh Binh, Trang An is a rare mixed heritage site where majestic karst nature blends with ancient historical traces. Visitors can paddle through caves amidst towering limestone cliffs and primeval forests. The northern mountainous region showcases spectacular beauty through the terraced rice fields of Sapa, Mu Chang Chai, and Hoang Su Phi, changing color with the seasons. The Dongvan Karst Plateau in Ha Giang, a UNESCO Global Geopark, is considered an open-air geological museum with its deep canyons, sheer rock peaks, and ancient fossils. Moving into central Vietnam, Phong Nha Ke Bang is known as the Kingdom of Caves, boasting over 300 caves, including Son Doong, the world's largest natural cave. The limestone formations here bear witness to over 400 million years of geological history, along with a rich ecosystem home to thousands of plant and animal species. In the south, the Mekong Delta presents a completely different world, with its mangrove forests, nipa palms, and the largest wetland ecosystem in Vietnam. This region is rich in biodiversity, but is also under significant pressure from climate change. From Ban Giac Waterfall, the largest waterfall in Southeast Asia, majestically situated on the border, to waterfalls hidden deep within primeval forests, Vietnam's nature displays rare diversity, explaining why the country boasts 9 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and is considered a natural treasure of Asia. Number 5. Mysterious places in Vietnam. Besides its famous natural landscapes, Vietnam also hides a series of mysterious places, from giant caves to abandoned structures. All of these combine to create a picture that is both majestic and chilling upon closer examination. Hidden within the Phong Nha Ke Bang rainforest, Son Doong Cave is often likened to a gateway to another world. It is the largest natural cave ever discovered on Earth, containing a primeval forest, an underground river, and even the phenomenon of clouds forming within the cave itself. The ecosystem here is almost completely isolated from the outside world. The cave is approximately 200 meters high and 150 meters wide, large enough to accommodate a 40-story skyscraper. Each year, only a few hundred people who meet the physical requirements are allowed to explore Son Doong, and most describe the experience as stepping into a giant dream of nature. Right in the heart of Hanoi, the villa at 300 Kim Ma Street holds a very different kind of mystery. Abandoned for over 30 years, it's often referred to by locals as the haunted villa. Those who once looked after it recounted seeing lights turn on by themselves at night, hearing footsteps echoing in the deserted corridors, and experiencing an unusual chill around the stone walls. Reports indicate that numerous renovation plans have been halted due to inexplicable technical problems, making the place both eerie and intriguing. In the south, near the coast of Vung Tau, there exists a castle perched on a hill spanning over 6,000 square meters, with more than 100 windows all facing the sea. Local residents claim to have seen fleeting figures behind the windows and heard sounds like music carried on the wind. Strangely, even though no one lives there, the castle remains brightly lit throughout the night, creating the feeling that something is always present inside. Further north, Hoa Lo Prison was once ranked first on CNN's list of the 5 most terrifying destinations in Southeast Asia. It was once the prison of thousands of patriotic fighters under harsh conditions. Many visitors share that they feel an indescribable heavy atmosphere and pressure when entering the old prison cells. From deep caves to abandoned structures, from sacred mountains to oral traditions, Vietnam remains a land of unbelievable yet true stories. Each mysterious tale not only sends chills down the listener's spine, but also reflects the depth of the Vietnamese people's spiritual life, where faith, reverence, and imagination intertwine. Number 6. 3 bizarre markets you can only find in Vietnam. To understand Vietnamese culture, don't just visit museums or historical sites. Step into the markets, where daily life unfolds most vividly. From north to south, markets are not only places for buying and selling, but also spaces for preserving customs, cuisine, and community life. In the north, the Yin Yang Market in Bac Ninh only convenes once a year, on the night of the 4th and early morning of the 5th day of the Lunar New Year. Under the dim candlelight, buyers and sellers hardly speak, don't bargain, and don't count money. According to folk beliefs, silence helps keep personal secrets and ward off bad luck. Items like incense, rice, salt, votive paper, or black chickens carry spiritual significance, reflecting the age-old beliefs of the Vietnamese people. Further south to the Mekong Delta, the Cai Rang floating market in Can Tho presents a completely different Vietnam. From early morning, hundreds of boats laden with agricultural products gather on the river. Sellers simply hang their goods on poles at the front of their boats to advertise. Right on the water, hot rice noodle soup, or Vietnamese filter coffee are served, showcasing the dynamism of riverine culture. In central Vietnam, Hoi An Night Market shines brightly under hundreds of lanterns. Handicraft stalls, traditional dishes, and the ritual of releasing floating lanterns on the full moon of the first lunar month create a space that is both nostalgic and vibrant, transforming the market into a cultural meeting point. Vietnamese cuisine from these markets has reached the world. Banh mi was ranked the best in the world by Taste Atlas in 2024, while CNN and Michelin Guide highly praised Vietnamese street food. Behind this is a highly efficient agricultural sector. Despite its relatively small land area, Vietnam is a world leader in cashew nuts and pepper, and one of the top exporters of rice and coffee. Each year, agriculture brings in over $50 billion USD, demonstrating that the culture of markets, kitchens, and fields remains a pillar of modern Vietnamese life. Number 7. Street food culture that President Obama tried. Vietnamese street food stands out not only for its deliciousness and affordability, but also because it fully reflects the communal lifestyle. From local ingredients and cooking techniques to the dining spaces, everything is closely intertwined with the daily rhythm of Vietnamese life. Many dishes require rare and sophisticated techniques. Hanoi's steamed rice rolls are made from thin rice flour batter spread on a stretched cloth, creating a thin, translucent, and soft sheet only about 0.1 millimeters thick. The filling consists of minced meat and wood ear mushrooms, dipped in a fish sauce mixed with water beetle extract, a distinctive apple-scented flavor almost exclusively found in northern Vietnam. Bun Dao Mam Tam, vermicelli with fried tofu and shrimp paste, represents the original umami flavor, combining crispy fried tofu, fresh vermicelli, boiled offal, and fermented shrimp paste. A controversial yet extremely distinctive combination. Vietnamese street food is also a product of cultural exchange. Vietnamese sandwiches inherit the baguette style from the French era, but are completely Vietnamese-ized with liver pâté, roasted pork, shredded fish, pickled vegetables, cilantro, and mayonnaise, creating over 20 regional variations. Grilled pork patties with fish sauce and sugar, served with fresh vegetables and a sweet and sour dipping sauce, were once featured on the world map after President Obama's meal in Hanoi. The dining spaces are equally unique. Sidewalks are transformed into mobile eateries with low plastic chairs, early morning folk carts, or late-night draft beer stalls, where people from all walks of life sit together, clinking glasses and shouting, "Cheers!" Street vendors with their carrying poles, selling mixed sweet soups or Southern-style rice noodle rolls, have persisted from the French colonial era to the present day. Many lesser-known dishes further highlight the depth of this culinary tradition. Northern-style crispy fried eel vermicelli uses fresh river eel, while Central-style tapioca pearl dessert with roasted pork offers a unique sweet and savory combination. It's no coincidence that Taste Atlas ranked 25 Vietnamese street foods among the top 100 in Southeast Asia. Number 8. The country where there are more motorcycles than cars in America. By 2025, Vietnam will have approximately 72 to 75 million registered motorcycles, a number almost equivalent to at least one motorcycle owned by every adult. Compared to the population, the density of motorcycles in Vietnam is even higher than the total of approximately 290 million cars in use in the United States. In the first 6 months of 2025 alone, Vietnamese people are buying an average of 4.9 motorcycles every minute, or about 7,056 motorcycles per day. Meanwhile, in the United States, there are only about 8 million motorcycles, and the majority of these are used for weekend recreation rather than daily commuting. In major cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, motorcycles account for nearly 90% of the total vehicle volume and are densely packed from major thoroughfares to small alleyways. The first reason lies in economic factors. The average annual income in Vietnam is around $4,000, while the price of a new car often exceeds $10,000, far beyond the affordability of the majority of the population. In contrast, motorcycles are much cheaper, consume less fuel, and have more manageable maintenance costs. A second reason stems from the urban structure. Vietnamese cities have a complex network of narrow alleys where cars are restricted, but motorcycles offer greater mobility. In the United States, wide roads, open infrastructure, and abundant parking make cars the dominant mode of transportation. In Vietnam, motorcycles are not simply for transportation, but are also closely linked to livelihoods. From delivery drivers and street vendors selling sugarcane juice to families carrying multiple people on a single motorcycle, everyone relies on this two-wheeled vehicle. Vietnamese people can transport all kinds of goods such as refrigerators, tables and chairs, plants, pets, and even a few dogs sitting on the back of their motorbikes. In the United States, similar needs would typically require pickup trucks or SUVs. Notably, Vietnam currently ranks third in the world for electric motorbike consumption, with over 209,000 units sold in the first half of 2025 alone, demonstrating a clear shift towards environmentally friendly transportation solutions. Number 9. Foreigners shocked to see Vietnam celebrating. In Vietnam, the spirit of community and national pride is clearly evident in daily life. When the Vietnamese national team won the ASEAN Cup 2024, millions of people poured into the streets, a phenomenon jokingly called going wild. Streets in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Hue, and Nha Trang were covered in the red of the national flag. Interestingly, people carried pots, pans, loudspeakers, flags, blew whistles, and sang the national anthem in a frenzied celebration. What surprises foreigners is that this celebration is more of a communal festival than a frenzy. Many British and Scottish people living in Vietnam say that, unlike the boisterous football celebrations in Europe, the Vietnamese are cheerful, orderly, and close-knit. Richard Harkis, a Scottish football expert, frankly stated, "The way the Vietnamese celebrate victory is like a national festival, not just about football." That spirit is also evident on major holidays like April 30th and September 2nd. In 2025, the 80th National Day celebration attracted particular attention when Vietnam held a large-scale parade with tens of thousands of soldiers and modern equipment, the first such event in decades. This year, hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets to watch the parade. Many international visitors described the experience as shocking due to the level of organization and the spirit of solidarity. Alongside major events, patriotism is also expressed in very ordinary ways. In mid-2024, a trend of a national flag on every roof started by Le Quang Vu, a 29-year-old IT guy in Vinh Phuc. He painted a 150-square-meter flag on his family's roof, and his video went viral, racking up 2.8 million views and 100,000 likes in a single night. The trend spread like wildfire, with tens of thousands of people painting flags on their roofs. Some even painted them on their doors, gates, and walls. For decades, displaying the national flag in front of homes has been a familiar tradition on important occasions. In many neighborhoods, as holidays approach, balconies, porches, and gates are adorned with red and yellow flags, a cultural practice passed down from generation to generation. Number 10. Vietnamese is among the top 10 most difficult languages to learn. Vietnamese is the official language of over 100 million people worldwide, including approximately 98 million in Vietnam and over 4 million Vietnamese living abroad, primarily in the United States, Australia, France, and Canada. According to the FSI Language Institute of the U.S. Department of State, English speakers need an average of about 100 hours to achieve basic fluency in Vietnamese, 2.4 times more than Spanish, approximately 480 hours. Vietnamese is at level 3 on the FSI's 4-level scale, placing it among the 10 most difficult languages to learn in the world, along with Russian, Thai, and Hindi. The most challenging aspect is the 6-tone system: level, falling, rising, questioning, glottal stop, and glottal stop. English has no tones, Chinese has 4 main tones, while Vietnamese requires control over both pitch and sound shape. Research from the University of Hawaii shows that Western learners take an average of about 18 months to correctly distinguish tones when listening, and over 24 months to pronounce accurately. Just one incorrect tone can completely change the meaning of a word, causing misunderstandings in communication. The system of address is also complex. English only has you, while Vietnamese has more than 20 ways of addressing someone depending on age, gender, social relationship, and region. A 2023 survey by Hanoi National University showed that 89% of foreigners learning Vietnamese consider address to be the biggest obstacle, even more difficult than tones. Using them incorrectly can be interpreted as disrespectful or overly informal. However, Vietnamese grammar is relatively simple. Verbs are not conjugated according to tense, nouns do not have complex plural forms, and there is no gender distinction. Compared to French with 17 verbs or German with 4 noun genders, Vietnamese has no verb conjugation rules, and sentence order is clear following the subject-verb-object pattern. The 29-character Latin alphabet makes reading and writing much easier than the approximately 3,000 basic Chinese characters. Currently, the demand for learning Vietnamese is rapidly increasing. According to the 2024 report by the Modern Language Association, the number of Vietnamese language learners at American universities is increasing by an average of 35% annually. More than 50 universities in Japan, South Korea, and Germany have opened Vietnamese language programs. Learners are not only seeking communication skills, but also access to the Vietnamese market, where GDP is growing at an average rate of 6. 5% annually, and more than 70% of the population is under 35 years old. Number 11. Vietnamese people strongly believe in gods and fate. Beliefs and spirituality are a constant thread in the lives of modern Vietnamese people, deeply intertwined with their daily routines. In Vietnam, spirituality is not just an abstract belief, but is clearly present in business, festivals, feng shui, and even construction. From small shops to large enterprises, many places dedicate a prominent corner to worshiping the god of wealth and the earth god, hoping for prosperous business and a steady stream of customers. Every morning, shop owners often change the water, light incense, offer flowers, and even live stream the rituals of worshiping the god of wealth to share on social media and pray for good fortune in a modern way. Some places even record customer traffic by hour to find the most effective time to visit the god of wealth, blending spiritual belief with statistical thinking. On occasions such as groundbreaking ceremonies, grand openings, or weddings, Vietnamese people often choose auspicious dates, times, and directions that are compatible with their birth year. The lunar calendar and the opinions of feng shui masters are frequently consulted before making major or minor decisions. The concept of auspicious days and hours is now available on mobile apps, allowing for quick lookups in just seconds. Furthermore, numbers also hold special significance. The number 8 symbolizes prosperity, the number 6 is associated with wealth, the number 9 represents stability and longevity, while the number 4 is often avoided because its pronunciation is similar to the word for death. Many people are willing to spend hundreds of millions of dong to obtain license plates or phone numbers with sequences considered lucky. The custom of drawing fortune slips and visiting temples at the beginning of the year is very popular, regardless of age. During Tet, Lunar New Year, temples like Tay Ho, Bai Din, and Huang Pagoda are usually packed with people seeking peace, love, or fortune-telling for the new year. In Saigon, there's even an online service for selecting auspicious phone numbers, combining fortune-telling with e-commerce, creating a modern form of superstition. The Vietnamese also have a tradition of venerating historical figures and the deceased, deifying them, and building temples and shrines to worship Saint Tran, the Holy Mother, or sea deities in coastal fishing villages. They believe that the harmony between folk beliefs, Buddhism, and Confucianism will bring peace, good fortune, and protection in their daily lives. The system of beliefs and religions in Vietnam is highly developed, with 18,491 pagodas and tens of thousands of temples scattered throughout the country, more than the 11,356 junior high schools. This shows that the spiritual life of the Vietnamese people is not only widespread, but also an inseparable part of their daily lives. Despite having a modern national apparatus, Vietnam still maintains a strong and vibrant religious foundation. Number 12. Vietnam celebrates festivals 20 times as many days a year. In Vietnam, more than 8,000 festivals are held annually across all 3 regions. On average, more than 20 festivals take place simultaneously somewhere in Vietnam each day, and at peak times, such as the 10th day of the first lunar month, this number can exceed 100. Each region has its own unique festival characteristics. In the north, there is the Giong Festival, reenacting the legendary general who fought the enemy with his bare hands, the Yen Tu Festival, associated with the origins of Vietnamese Buddhism, and the Lim Festival with its resounding Quan Ho folk songs. The central region is notable for the Khao Ngu Festival, where fishermen pray for calm seas, and the Ba Thu Bon Festival, linked to the sacred legend of the goddess of the river. The south boasts the Ba Chua Shu Festival at Sam Mountain, attracting millions of pilgrims annually, the Okom Bok Festival of the Khmer people with its moon worship rituals, and the vibrant Ngo boat races on the Hao River with hundreds of brightly colored longboats. Among all festivals, Tet Nguyen Dan, Lunar New Year, is the biggest and most important. The entire country slows down to reunite with family and usher in the new year with the belief of good fortune. During the 3 days of Tet, Vietnamese people believe that words and actions will influence their destiny for the entire year, so they avoid arguments and only exchange good wishes. Rituals such as offering sacrifices on New Year's Eve, giving lucky money, and visiting relatives express filial piety and gratitude. The Huang Pagoda Festival is considered the largest pilgrimage in northern Vietnam, lasting from January to March of the lunar calendar. Each festival season, Huang Pagoda can welcome up to 5 million visitors, creating a scene of densely packed boats on the Yen Stream. The journey through Huang Tich Cave is seen as a path to the Buddhist realm in the Vietnamese consciousness. The Hung Temple Festival takes place on the 10th day of the 3rd lunar month to commemorate the Hung Kings, who are considered the ancestors of the Vietnamese people. In 2012, UNESCO recognized the Hung Kings' worship belief as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, affirming the enduring value and vitality of this tradition. Number 13. Customs in the highlands of Vietnam leave tourists speechless. In the high mountains of Vietnam, amidst ancient forests and morning mist, many customs still surprise first-time visitors. Each ritual and practice reflects how ethnic minority communities interpret the world, maintain their beliefs, and preserve the connection between humans and nature. For the Red Dao people, women take the initiative in marriage. Upon reaching marriageable age, a girl brings gifts to the groom's family to ask for their hand in marriage. After the wedding, the groom usually lives with his wife's family for 2 to 3 years, sometimes even permanently. Children take their mother's surname, and the wife's family becomes the center of their lives. Notably, on the wedding day, the groom wears the traditional attire of Red Dao women, with a headscarf covering half his face to express shyness, linked to the legend of the Dao people's origins. The wedding ceremony lasts for many days, with call and response singing, ceremonial dances, and ancestor worship, emphasizing the role of the woman. For the Hmong people, the custom of wife abduction is often misunderstood as coercion, but in reality it is symbolic. Only when 2 people are in love and agree does the young man take the girl home to propose marriage. The girl has the right to stay or return to her own home. Today, many localities recreate this custom as a cultural activity to serve tourism. The funerals of the Tay, Lo Lo, and Hani ethnic groups have a very different meaning from the common belief. They believe that the deceased only go to another world, so the funerals are not overly mournful but solemn and warm. Some places maintain the custom of feeding the deceased rice, while others erect wooden statues to communicate with the spirit of their loved ones. The Red Dao people avoid placing chopsticks horizontally across the bowl after eating, considering it a sign that the bowl of rice is for the deceased. Drums, flutes, and gongs resound as a connection between the living and the afterlife. Furthermore, the Red Dao even organized the extremely sacred 12-lamp initiation ceremony, said to take place only once a century. In this ritual, shamans perform the practice of walking on knife blades, conferring spiritual blessings upon the deceased through bamboo tablets inscribed with their names, demonstrating a deep belief in the continuity of the spirit world. Number 14. 2 extremes of nighttime in Vietnam. As night falls, Vietnam takes on a different face, where light, sound, and flavor blend into a rhythm of life that is both modern and deeply rooted in tradition. Hanoi is tranquil and nostalgic. Saigon is almost sleepless, its energy flowing continuously. Hoi An and Da Nang transform the night into a symphony of light, architecture, and people. Nightlife in Vietnam is not just about entertainment. It also reflects how Vietnamese people enjoy and share life. Night markets are a prominent highlight of the nighttime culture. Under warm yellow lights, hundreds of stalls sell souvenirs, handicrafts, and street food. Laughter, the smell of grilled food, and music create a vibrant atmosphere. Markets like those in Hoi An, Da Lat, Ha Long, and Phu Quoc are not only for shopping but also meeting places for locals and international tourists. Pedestrian streets play a central role in major cities. Nguyen Hue Street in Saigon, the Ho Gom area in Hanoi, and Bac Dang Street in Da Nang are always bustling from evening until late at night. Here you'll find street performances, snacks, and cultural exchange. The open and friendly atmosphere makes the pedestrian street a symbol of community connection in modern life. Rooftop bars and clubs showcase the dynamism of young people. Chill Sky Bar on the 26th floor of AB Tower in Saigon stands out with its 360-degree view. Social Club Rooftop Bar features a suspended glass bridge connecting Hotel des Arts Saigon and Sentec Tower, offering an experience at a height of over 80 meters. Sky 36 in Novotel Han River Da Nang is the highest rooftop bar in central Vietnam. Skylight on the 43rd floor of Premier Havana Hotel Nha Trang is considered the first rooftop beach club in Vietnam with panoramic sea views. Music from international DJs, creative spaces, and a blend of Asian and European styles demonstrate the inclusive spirit of the younger generation. Besides modern entertainment, evening art shows like Memories of Hoi An, or Essence of Northern Vietnam, offer a profound cultural experience. The combination of sound, light, and folk art helps visitors better understand Vietnam's history and identity. These shows that nightlife is not just entertainment, but also a way of storytelling through art. Number 15. The world's lowest cost of living for foreigners. Vietnam has been ranked as the world's lowest cost country for expats, according to the Expat Insider Report by Internations. This is the 5th consecutive year, from 2021 to 2025, that Vietnam has held the top spot, surpassing 53 other countries and territories. The cost of living here is only about 1/3 that of London or New York, and up to 59% lower than the United Kingdom. These figures are not estimates, but are compiled from a survey of over 12,500 expats living and working in the countries assessed. With a budget ranging from $1,000 to $1,500 per month, expats can comfortably live in major cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City. Da Nang, Vietnam's famous coastal city, has an even lower cost of living than these two economic hubs. This makes Da Nang an attractive option for those who want to live near the beach while keeping a budget in check. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center typically ranges from $400 to $800 per month, including common amenities like air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and elevator access. Food is another clear advantage. A bowl of pho or banh mi on the sidewalk costs only $1 to $2. A full meal at a casual eatery usually costs around $3 to $5. Even at upscale restaurants, a 3-course dinner costs only about $15 to $25, significantly lower than the $60 to $100 in major Western cities. Transportation costs in Vietnam are also very accessible. A Grab or taxi ride within the city usually costs only $1 to $3. Monthly bus passes cost around $10, while gasoline is only about $0.90 per liter. Personal services such as haircuts, laundry, gym memberships, and medical checkups are significantly cheaper than in Europe or North America. Notably, according to the survey, 19% of expats living in Vietnam earn $150,000 or more per year, nearly double the global average of 10%, indicating they enjoy both high incomes and low living costs. Vietnam is not just a destination on a map, but a vibrant living experience. You can enjoy majestic natural landscapes, savor exquisite street food, fresh seasonal fruits, and coffee considered among the best in the world, all at some of the most affordable prices globally. In Vietnam, you don't need to be rich to travel, because everything from food and transportation to daily life is accessible and budget-friendly. If you enjoy content exploring culture, people, and little-known stories like this, please like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventures. See you on the next exploration.